Yeah, streaming again. I did a stream a couple of days ago. And it had the most, it was Sunday, and it had the most righteous tour of a place. It was so great. God, it was great. I really got into it. I was in a very good mood. And I think the little tour was 36 minutes. And then I closed down OBS Studio, which is the streaming software I use, and I saw that the mic was off. Anyhow, okay, let's get into it. I always talk too much when I should be. I want to show stuff. Adventures in Second Life. Yes, that's the trip. And here I am in my pad, and we're going to go explore this place that I had explored on Sunday, which is going to be closed soon. So I thought it would be good to do that. On Facebook, there seems to be a renewed interest, and there's some, can we say, some traction with people sharing destinations in Second Life. So it's like kind of a new life. I've been in there for over 20 years, and so it's kind of cool to see that. I want to check real quick if my stream is on. I always do this manually because it always feels a little bit bad when you when you've been streaming for a while and then you see, oh, I haven't even been on there, man. Let's see here. What is this? Okay, live. I think we're live. Yeah, okay, we're live on YouTube. Good. Let's see here. All right, that's cool. I mean, I'm pretty sure I shouldn't need to do this test every time, but yeah. Let's see here. Live. Let's see if it's okay. It's true. It's true. It's true. That line is from Blazing Saddles. If anyone can relate to that line. I usually start these about an hour later. And by then the sake has taken a great effect. So here I am at 9 p.m. here in Taipei. And haven't drank enough sake to disrupt the flow of consciousness. Here we are in my living room. We're going to go to this place, believe me. This is one of the things I created in Second Life with a lot of programming many years ago, and it's really one of these cool, it's a temperature barometer and humidity gauges, and this is from the ships, from sailing yachts, whatever, they would have these gauges. But then it became kind of like a home type decoration. I don't know. I don't think it is anymore, but it used to be something that was very common in homes. Maybe a little bit well-to-do homes, let's say. What I do, might as well talk about it right now, is my scripts, which I'm not going to get into the detail by clicking in and going in and looking at the code, but these are real time. They're updated, I think, every few minutes, and all the data comes from weather stations, and there's a special language that weather stations broadcast their data. And my script, what it does is it can grab that through FTP, which is file transfer protocol, or HTTP, hypertext. Boy, these are old terms. And it can grab that data, and these sites are updated all the time. Like the U.S. Weather Service is kind of tied into that. And it's interesting, when there was a government shutdown several months ago, it actually affected the one site that I was getting my data from. And then I found another one that was not affected, and that was cool. So this data in Second Life, you can tell it in a script to go make a call. Like, give me a web page. But from that web page, I only needed this, I'm going to forget what it's called, but it's a string of data which is incomprehensible to humans. And you parse it, and then you get the data. From that data, what I did was animate these arrows. All this stuff I created in Illustrator, Photoshop, which was very fun, very much fun. So what we see here is right now it's at about 30 centigrade, Taipei. I think this is at Songshan Airport. I'm getting this from. The hygrometer, which is the, the relative humidity, which is pretty incredible. I mean, there's no rain right now. So yeah, Taipei humidity at 9 o'clock at night. And here's the barometric pressure, which is not really that interesting. The gold needle is a fixed point, which I put there as a reference to help watch the movement of the real-time red needle. There's a lot more I could say about this cool little thing on my wall here, but we'll leave it at that. Let's get to the business, which is world. Let's see here where I go to my teleport history. 3 days ago. Yes, that's about right. There it is. Rocca Sorrentina, Italy. So it's an Italy village. And that's what we're going to explore here. It's going to close. I'll say a little bit about it, is that it was started about 20 years ago in Second Life. And it was a project somebody started, and they bought some property, one of these islands. And Island Sims, looks like they bought 2. So you're talking like $1,000 US a month for that space. This round numbers guess about that. And they started building on it 20 years ago, like I did 20 years ago. And they built this thing, and it became a collaboration of people building on it. And there is like a countryside level to it, and there is this seaside view of it. And it's not a great build. I mean, it's not like among the best that I've seen, but it's pretty nice. The exteriors are all good. The interiors are so-so. A lot of texture mapping, which is really simple to do, not very creative. I just got a message about Easy Way, so I said, way, yeah. The other thing to know real quick here is, well, we'll just go over there first. And by that, we just go here, and you can see teleport. Bang, that's how Second Life teleports you. Very cool. Now, what I want to show is that on the map right now, we can see the sim I'm on. There's 2, like I said. Actually, there's 3. Wow. No wonder they can't afford this. Oh, it kind of builds into some other ones. So this might be singular. Yeah, Rocca Sorrentina. What we see here is this is, I'm not sure what the elevation of the screenshot is taken, but on the map, it does screenshots every day, and they take them at a certain level. What this means is that if you see the blue there, that's sea level, which is 0. It's an imaginary number, but that's, built into the software of Second Life. So sea level is 0, and then you can have elevations above that to a degree. They have terrain tools, and depending on your land or whatever, you can build things up to a certain height, but it doesn't become ridiculous. However, if what we're looking at here, we see in this corner here, we see the sea, so that would probably be at sea level. And as we see in these other areas, there's structures and whatnot that are at higher levels. But this is only at the sea level. On a sim, which is called a simulator, you can fly up to, let's say, 1,000 meters and create a whole new, the land, the platform, the buildings, whatever, 1,000 meters in the sky. You can go up to 2,000, do another one. You could do a different one at 5,000. I don't know what the limit is, but I'll tell you, maybe 10,000. If you're up at 10,000 meters up and you're building something, I think you can do it. And there's definitely nobody, unless you provide a teleport system at the sea level, nobody would ever really find it. Anyhow, in this build, in this Italy build, they do that. They have this country level, and then they have this kind of seaside level. So we're going to take a look at that. Now here I am in this country. This is the countryside area. And I'm not even sure how I can get back to the other part, but we'll figure it out. So the purpose of this video is just take a look, this scene, this beautiful creation by users in Second Life is going to be retired probably within about a month. One of the things in Second Life is texturing, if you're a builder, and I have been a builder. And one of the things I really like right away is that this roadway, which is like a dirt and gravel roadway, it's all built up from textures. And you can see sims and repetitions, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Remember now, the users in Second Life are not, they're not professional game builders. I mean, some of them might have that job, but most of them are just like you and me. So let's see, let's go over here to this. Let's see here. Camera's in the trees. That's because I pulled it back. Yeah, this villa, man, this looks pretty cool. Let's check this out for a minute. In Second Life, usually if you click on doors and gates and everything, they open up, unless it's some, there are private areas where people don't want you coming in and checking these out. This is definitely not one of them. Now, here I should mention that, Second Life, for anybody who doesn't know what the hell it is, it's basically a virtual world where people can create things. I mean, it's like, very much like Minecraft, but the geometry and the 3D world is much more realistic than Minecraft. But what they both have in common is that they are like this vast space where you're given the ability to create pretty much anything you can imagine using a whole variety of tools and methods and whatnot. And that in Second Life, there is a, you pay for the space, so there's real estate. In Second Life, unlike Minecraft, I mean, there are places where you can go to group parties and dances and anything you can imagine. Anything absolutely you can imagine that you could do in your dreams or in your mind. But generally speaking, it's like this, this is somebody decided to build an Italian countryside thing with villas. And I think each one of these is maybe privately sponsored to help pay for the rent for those Sims. In my video of Sunday, I spent some time looking at textures because that's something I work with. So, this may be boring, but building these things in Second Life begins with what are called primitives. Now, a primitive is a square. I don't know if I could show something. Let's see, edit. I don't think, I can't really show it. I could, but I'm lacking the ability here. So you work with primitives, which are objects. So for example, this piece of this wall here is a rectangular object. And on that object has been mapped texture, which is just an image. Now, to map a texture to an object, you place it on a side, but then you also must use scaling to make sure the width and the height are matching with the object that you're applying that texture to. Imagine having a design on a t-shirt and how you could make that design huge or you could make it small depending on how you wanted it. You wouldn't want it too big, or you could make out the image. If it was too small, it would be just like a dot. But then you scale it to the proper size of the t-shirt, you know, so that it's like right in the middle of the chest and it's got some space all around it, and you got it. Now with this kind of texturing, what we see here is on the corners, that's difficult. But what we also see, which is very good for this wall, is we don't see a very obvious repetition, which you will see with less well-made textures. Same with this walk here. Okay, so that's enough on textures. Let's go into this place. I have a few things I want to do. I'm like 15 minutes into this, and that was what I committed to. It always goes beyond that. I'm getting used to it, the soliloquy of doing one of these. Okay, door opens, we go in. I need to zoom my camera in. Okay, empty room, nothing happening here. Doors open, we go back out. Okay, so it's pretty much an empty pad. It's nice, but not much effort put into the interior. Like I said, a lot of the exteriors are great. So now what I'm going to do is I want to fly, but I probably can't. So I need to override that. Let's see, fly, override. Okay, now I can fly up. It's nice, another villa there. Oh, I remember I saw this before on Sunday. This is kind of nice. Yeah. I forget what it is. A memorial, a graveyard, something? No, it's just a fountain. Yeah, nice. And I remember up here, this place was pretty cool. Save some time. Fly around is good. Oops, way out there. I think, was this the place I saw? Oh my goodness. Flying's a little bit crazy. I don't know if this is the place. No, this isn't it. It's nice. It's a nice villa. Let's see if I can find this interesting place I saw on my adventures on Sunday. Walk by that place. I didn't go into those woods though. Huh. That's not the place. Huh. Too bad. I'm probably gonna maybe over here. That's where I just was. Huh. Well, okay. There was something very interesting I found on Sunday. Let's go see what this thing is. Whoa, yeah, the flying is a little bit out of control here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, okay. Seems like we're inside of this hill here. Yeah. That's a problem. See if I can fix that. All right. Problem is, I got stuck under a texture, the land in this case. Now I'm out of it. What is this? Some kind of ruin. Sure what. And let's, oh, what's that over there? Okay, a fire pit. Cool. And man, I wish I could find that place. I didn't go over here either. It's another fountain garden. God, I'm determined to find that house. Let's see, that looks, no, let's see. No. Here? No. Oh, maybe here. No. Some chickens? No, nice place, but okay. Let's see where we are. Let's fly up. Another hacienda. Okay, now what I want to know is how to get up to the seaside. Now we've looked at the countryside a bit. I still wish I knew where that place was. Now, how do we get to the first level? What am I at right now? I'm at 1422. Let's just fly up and see if we hit it. Oh, yes, I think we did hit it. We hit something. Oh, this is a whole nother trip. It's definitely not the seaside. It's another build. I'll just go down and see what we see. Okay, that's this countryside. Ah. So I went down to 400. Okay, I'm at the ground level now, so let's fly up and see what we see. Oh, wait a minute, that might be it. Yeah. Okay, so the seaside village is at the ground level. That's cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, this place is the creative work of some people for over 20 years. And it's going to disappear. And I saw a post about this on Facebook. There's a group called, excuse me, Second Life Destinations. And Second Life is cool because they have a web page on the net where it's a map of all of Second Life. So you can post like a coordinate, like a map URL, and you can say, hey, this is my cool place, come and visit. So people do that. So somebody posted on Facebook, I don't know, 5 days ago, and say, hey, in a month, this thing we've been working on for 20 years, it's going away, we can't afford. Well, they didn't say that. It's not sustainable. Which simply translates to it's simply not affordable because you don't make any money at this. These are all labors of love. It's like my own place. I don't know how much I pay, too much. Maybe, I don't know, $100? No, 70 maybe a month to have my place in Second Life, which I love. It's a place I built for over 20 years. And I really need to just say, hey, take some pictures and call it a day because I don't really do that much with it. Well, let's look at some of the builds here at this level here. This, again, is called Roca Serentina. And I'm doing a live stream, but I want to hopefully I will try to save it as a video. I think YouTube, once I post it live, I think after it's posted, I can download it and then just have it to share somewhere in the Second Life community about this place. Yeah. Statues. Ship out there, it's great. Down here we see, you know, this is Second Life. This is users. This is how we, you know, with our primitive animated textures, you know, we can simulate the sea, and it's pretty nice. And the structure here is pretty amazing. I want to see what else is. That's like one of the main ones. It's a pad there. And then there's a seaside village. So where am I? I'm over here. So let's just kind of walk over to that. Again, I committed to like 15 minutes, and I knew if I could do that, if I could start it in one, then I could go even further. And that's a lesson, see? It's like exercise in the morning. You know, you go, wow, I should go and do some toe touches or something in the morning. And you see, and my whole exercise routine. And if you can just do a couple of toe touches, then you're in. Then you're in. Just got to get it started. So this is pretty amazing. This is really an amazing build. Gosh, so much put into it. I know what it takes to do this stuff. See if she reses in or not. Yeah. These are called meshes. They were a new technology that was brought into Second Life maybe 10 years ago. Before, we were limited to really a lot of basic shapes, but after they added meshes, we could do three-dimensional stuff and use other tools to do this. So yeah, that's nice. Nice, beautiful fountain there. What we got out here? This guy. Oh. Is that Marcus or Caesar? I forget. Very familiar. So let's go over here. I'm going to end this stream in about 3 minutes. Yeah. The mighty stairway. Let's take a look up here. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I admire this so much because I know what it takes to create this kind of stuff. In Second Life, it's just a lot of work to, you know, you do them. First of all, in this case, they must have had some kind of plan, architectural plan. And then they would have needed to create all the objects. You know, these stairs are rectangles and then texture mapped, as I described earlier, realistically. For example, this floor here, because the texture, it's not really clear, but it's what you see is it's not too, the texture is not stretched too large or too small. It's very realistic. Anyhow, that's a texture mapping is a talent I genuinely admire. Well, here we are amongst these enormous columns. Oh yeah, lions at the entrance. Let's go up here, take a look. Yeah, the door is open. And here we are inside of this. Now, what they've done inside is not greatly imaginative. They have some nice statues, but basically they did a lot of just slapping portraits on the walls, which is fine. Very classic, large home. That's nice. Table there. This is actually pretty nice. The wallpaper. Who knows who all these people are? Is that George Washington? Yeah, so it's nice. In this room over here, again, we have these giant images which are pretty low level. It's interesting. I mean, they should be tapestries, but you know, that's an easy way to do it. And we'll go a little further inside here. It's the main zone here, surrounded by the sea, which is nice. Whoops, I want to do this. Whoops, let's see. How do I do this? No. Okay, I know how. There. So they did pretty amazing. Whoops, they did a pretty amazing job on that mural up there. Yeah, and this place has got several floors to explore. It's pretty nice. I think we're going to conclude on walking outside of this because there's a lot more to explore, and I will, because as I said, this is going to be history soon, and I want to have a nice little record of it somebody might like. I don't really need it, but I think in the community there'd be somebody that would appreciate it. So that's it, man. We're in Rocca Serentina, and yeah, that's the building we were just in. Take some time to look at all the artwork. Where was I? I'm somewhere here, aren't I? Oh, I'm on the other side. Am I? Where am I? Oh my goodness, I'm lost. There I am. Okay, so I'm on that side of the building. Cool. So let's call it a day. I don't know if this is interesting to anyone, but I like making and playing with all the little software toys and streaming and stuff. Groovy. Very groovy indeed.